Hi everyone, it's Michelle Lightworker and welcome to Everyday Lightworker 101. And now we're moving on to joy and our ear chakras. So usually when we open our spiritual ears, we are able to hear what is truly being said. And what I find is because what is usually truly being said is actually uplifting to us and helpful to us, especially from a spiritual point of view, we really do find our way back to joy a lot more quickly. So understanding and accepting the truth usually brings a sense of joy. Initially, we might not like to hear what is being said, but then it brings joy that what we've heard, what we've said is the truth. We're no longer perhaps tied up in knots knowing why someone has said something to us in a certain way, or perhaps was avoiding talking to us. And we really are able to take a step back and hear what's being said. And we can do so with confidence of joy, because nothing really, as we know, nothing unreal can be threatened. And so love is the only thing that's eternal, and it can't be threatened anyway because it's eternal. And therefore, cries for love can't really truly hurt us, even if someone's coming from a hurt space, whether they're angry or fearful or sad. So, when we maintain our sense of joy and our heart center for ourselves and for the other person, what people say translates across to the bigger learning at play is this is what this person needs to go through in order to evolve. This is what we need to hear for now so that we can actually accept the situation and understand it. And therefore then we can get on with the business, of course, of our own of evolving. So, I'll give you an example too with this. Like, for example, perhaps the media pose questions to get a message across, and it may come across to someone as aggressive or attacking because perhaps they feel that someone's avoiding the question or avoiding the issue. And the person being questioned can really maintain a joyful vibration rather than feeling attacked or feeling imposed on. If they validate the person asking the question, they can respond confidently and joyfully, even if they don't know the answer, or even if they feel like the person has a hidden agenda. And they could say, I believe that that's a great question. I would love to reflect on it further before I answer it. Thank you so much for asking. Different from no comment. Great question. I'd like to reflect on it before I answer. Thanks for asking. Different energy around it. No comment just shuts it down and doesn't really indicate you valuing perhaps the question or the opportunity for future reflection on why perhaps that person's asked the question. So it's easy to shut down our ears if we get defensive. And so we need to actively seek ways to open our ears again once we've shut them down. And we can also notice whether or not someone is speaking in a joyful way, whether or not they're actually apathetic, or if they're positive or they're enthusiastic, or if they're disinterested. And we can kind of tell by the tones in their voice, and you can look for how joy is actually flowing through their throat chakra. And we can hear that with our ears, and we can see that with our third eye as well. So when you actually come to a situation, we can listen to positives, we can look for solutions, or we can look for problems, we can look for positives or negatives, we can listen for them. And our ear chakras will help to, with this principle of joy, help to listen for the solution wrapped up in the perceived problem. And we become really finely tuned joy instruments, joy listening instruments as well. So let's move on to our activity for today. Today I'd like you to listen out for problems. That's right, yes. I'd like you to seek them out a bit today. I'd like you to train yourself. So when you're hearing them, I want you to not dismiss that there's a problem or judge it, but I want you to actually invite yourself to listen for the inbuilt solution. So I want you to use this as an activity to help you to increase and connect with this joyful vibration. And every time you hear the problem, go to the solution in your mind, feel the joy and let it in. Notice if it changes your responses, your reactions, your energy throughout the day. Notice if your own internal listening changes to more solution-focused thinking, and the dialogue, your internal dialogue, is starting to become much more positive. So blessings, enjoy the activity.